Hello everyone and welcome back to Jacqs Scraps. Thanks for joining me today. We are going to be creating a Halloween inspired Memorydex card, and I had a community member reach out to me about creating a coffin box for a Memorydex card, and I created the coffin box in Cricut Design Space, so I'll have that link down below for you. And once I did that, I was kind of all in and I wanted to create my own Memorydex card using the coffin box. Now, the link that I'm going to provide does not have the Memorydex holes in it because Cricut will not allow me to share that with you unless I create it in Cricut Design Space, and I did not. But I do have a free Memorydex card that you can use as the base, and I will have that link down below as well from my Ko-fi shop. So for this project, I'm going to be using the Spooky Collection by Echo Park. This came out last year, but I didn't have a chance to craft with it, so I'm excited to use this. I also have this in a digital collection, and I did print and cut out some images to go along with the project. So what I did was take the coffin shape that I used from Cricut Design Space, and I cut out 3 of these, 2 in the wood grain and 1 in a orange pattern. And then I took this image and kind of made a fat coffin so that I could use this as the base of my Memorydex card. I did put the base of this fat coffin in the link that I'm sharing, but it just doesn't have the Memorydex holes. So if you have a Memorydex hole punch, you could just punch your holes at the bottom. You can use a regular circle punch and then cut 2 lines like this to get this same type of design. I've shown that before here on my channel. So there are ways to use this even though it may not have the holes in there. So like I mentioned, I cut out 3 of these, 2 in wood, 1 in orange. I cut out 1 of the fat coffin shapes in Cricut craft board. I really like that. It's nice and sturdy. And then I also cut it out in a pattern paper. And then I sewed around all of my images. I also cut out the actual box shape, as you see here on the screen. I lost some footage, so this is why I'm showing you these pieces in that way. So I cut that out as well. Once you cut this piece out, all you need to do is fold and burnish on these lines. Really just folding is good enough. I see when I fold, I get white, so I'm gonna get my black archival ink. I've already used this to go over the edges, so I'll just use it here as well. Before we actually turn this into a box, I do want to take one of my pieces and glue it to the inside, just so that looks nice. I kind of like that scruffy sewing right there, so I'm going to put this one down. Now, if you have a good double-sided pattern paper, you won't need to add this additional piece. But these were cut-apart cards, and I just don't want them showing through. So that's why I cut another one. Oh, I forgot to ink this one. Ooh, let's see. Not that you'll be able to see all of it, but you can see the top. Okay, I'm gonna have glue all over myself. Isn't that usually the case? I end up with more glue on me than the project. Okay, so now we have a nice piece in the back. Now we can take and add adhesive to our about a 1/2 inch hinge. And I'm going to then use the different pattern paper to attach these. So just line those up. It's really quite easy to put this together. And then you just kind of repeat that with the hinges on the side. And then these get kind of butted up right here at the bottom. fold up. Okay, so you're boxing off the base part here. Again, squaring that off at the bottom and then pulling this out at the top. So you get your diagonal line. And then you have your little coffin box. It's so cute. I think this is about 4 inches. Let me get my ruler. Yeah, 4 inches, and at the widest part, it is a little bit over 2, maybe 2 1/16. Before we go any further, I am going to attach my coffin box to the base of the Memorydex card, so then I can start building pieces around it. And I'm going to put it straight up and down since we have an open top box. Okay, so as I was getting ready to start decorating, I thought of a great idea. And I was going to just have my coffin lid be glued on kind of halfway. But I decided to use a brad so that it can open like this. Like, how fun is that going to be? I love the interaction of that. So I wish I would have thought of that before I glued this all together. It would be a lot easier than what I'm going to do right now. But, you know, I think we can still do it. So I'm going to go where one of these sewn holes are, and I'm just going to poke through, hopefully, both pieces. Ooh, this is a little tricky. And then I found this mini baby brad, which is copper as well. And I'm going to put that through both pieces. There we go, I think I got it. Perfect. Let's kind of pop this back up there. Oh yeah, love it. So I will put a warning on the screen, so in case you want to do this, you won't have the same issue that I did. And you can do it before you glue everything together. Oh my God, I love that. I love it, I love it, I love it. Now what I want underneath there is this skeleton, which is part of the collection in the sticker sheet, but it's not big enough. So I made this one 3 3/4 inch tall using the digital collection, and I'm going to put him here. But then I thought, oh, he needs a little velvet or something behind him, you know, and a casket is kind of dolled up. So I found this Floral Garden glitter mesh, and I think this would be fun to put behind here. Just kind of layering that up a bit. So that's what I'm going to do. And we'll see how it turns out. Because I still want to show the sewing and part of the orange, just for some contrast. Oh yeah. I don't know how this is going to stick down, so we're just experimenting. I really had no idea how I was going to create this. I just started putting things together, so we'll see where we end up. Usually I map it all out before I get started, but not this time. I love it. Okay, so that is looking fabulous. Tried not to get my little man dirty. He could be like one eye poking. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Okay. And then I had the skull ribbon from the Dollar Tree from last year. Thought that would be fun to add at the top. Just right up here. And I'm even going to do it where you can see the copper coming through. I don't know why. I'm loving that right there on the eyes. Just looks cool to me. Just using some Fabri-Tac here to put this down. Oh my gosh, I got all kinds of stuff on me. And then here again, this is an image that I used the digital collection. Just gonna put this up on foam adhesive. I wanted to make it look like this is his bedroom or something. That's why I chose the plaid pattern for the background. And then I wanted to just give a little bit of decoration around him. This is so fun. Okay. This piece here was on the sticker sheet and I just love it. And I think it fits perfectly across the coffin. Like you can still tell that's a coffin, right? Especially if we do that. I'm not making this two-dimensional since we already have an inch going on here. So when I was doing the print and cut of my skeleton, I had it attached and it didn't work right when I cut it out. So you have to create an offset and then flatten it so that it wouldn't cut out every little bone, because that's what happened the first time. So I had this extra skull. And won't he look cute here? It's like a prelude to what's inside. Okay, I'm loving it. Oh my gosh. I had these little glitter ghosts in my stash. I'm going to add him. I'm gonna kind of make him go on to the back of the coffin there, the box part. I wish I had another one going in the opposite direction, but I don't. But I do have these bats, which would be cool as well. Ooh. So he's kind of cool there. Let's see. I got these from Dollar General, I think, last year. I really like this guy right here, so we're going to go ahead and put him down. Just going to take off half of the sticker paper. Oh, and what a great turner. Oh my gosh, don't you love it when things happen by osmosis? I love it. Perfect. There, I think that's good. Because if you put two glittery things, then all you really see is the glitter. So you needed to even out the flat matte finish of this with something matte over here. So I like that. Okay, so my camera died. I'm just having all kinds of camera issues today. And I did go ahead and add a few other pieces. I added this little like candelabra piece here. This was from another digital collection by Echo Park or Cartabella, I can't remember which one. But I cut it in half. I think it had like 5 pieces. And I cut 3 to fit in that little spot. I think that looks so cute there. I love that. And then I added some shred here, some iridescent shred from the Dollar Tree, as well as one of these little cupcake picks from last year at the Dollar Tree. I think that's so cute. And then it gives us 3 little bats. You know, you typically do things in 3s. So I think that's all I'm going to do for this Memorydex card. I'm really loving just the way that it turned out. I like it to be just a little bit simple because it has this really great interactive wow feature. Just so much fun there. Loving that. So I hope that you have enjoyed this Memorydex card creation and that you'll give it a try. And if you create one using the Coffin box, I would love to see it. Hashtag me, Jacqs. Post it on my Facebook group or on Instagram, and I'd love to go out and look at it. If I have time, I will also include a cut file and pattern for those that do not have Cricut Design Space, because I feel bad when you can't make things that we make and we have Cricut Design Space. So you can look for that in the links. It will be there. And if you want to see how I made this second version of the Memorydex card, come on over to my Instagram account and check it out. All right, everyone, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.